Forward loop practice. Lazy, this guy, lazy. Okay. So, oh jeez, these muscles here are pretty sharp, but we are at Paternoster Beach and we're going to give you a little guided tour of the spot. We got the upper bay and we got the point, and then we've got the bay right down the bottom end. So I'm just going to go sailing now. It's early, so the wind hasn't really kicked in, so it might be a bit more wobbling than action, but we'll have to see. But it's kind of a fun spot, north of Cape Town by about like an hour and a half. So hour and a half drive. Come up here where usually when there's a bit of swell and maybe the wind's a bit southwest, does work. You can see there's a few little waves coming in. Again, not an absolute mentally classic day up here, but it is sailable and it's not so good in Cape Town today. We actually, you can see there's a lot of houses on the beach here, and it's definitely worth renting one. There's lots of guest houses and self-catering accommodation, restaurants on the beach and stuff. It's actually got like a Michelin star restaurant, one of the voted top 10 in the world or something like this. What am I on? I'm on 85 litre Flywave. My favourite waveboard, I have to say. Maybe the 78's maybe my favourite, 85 second. And I got the new Evoke 4.7. We're going to stick the camera on the mast. Just for people who, it's probably wiggling around right now, but I've got it rigged up on a, it's probably horrible to watch this. So there we go. I'm going to put that on the mast. In case you're wondering, I've got like a fly mount set up with an extension bar. You can get these extension bars from Insta360 in the packs, or you can buy them like straight from Amazon. So I've had a few people asking me that question. Yeah, doesn't really matter, but it's a metal extension bar. It's probably about a shacker long. It works really well. Like I said, new fly mount, stick it on top, and that's kind of the view you get. You do have to move it with your hand a little bit, but it makes for quite a cool view. So we'll see. We're going to give it a go. Like I said, I'm not sure it's that windy, but we'll see. It's starting to pick up. That's the key. Let's give you a better view than the floor. How's that? So we're going to the top bay in Paternoster. Not many people sail here, but actually it can be pretty fun. At the moment though, there is a bit of current next to the rocks, which is kind of ripping through the break. So I think the tide's going to have to change a bit. It's very low tide at the moment, so I think that's probably a lot to do with it. So we'll probably go straight to the point. But yeah, so just a little walk up here, obviously parking all at the point. Or maybe I'll put a little pin on so you can kind of work out where it is. Let's see how windy it is. Looks pretty light. Water's pretty cold at the moment. It's been so warm down in Cape Town. For people who don't know, basically the more the wind comes from the southeast, the colder the water is. So when you have northwest, southwest, the water actually gets quite warm. So in Cape Town it's been warm. Up here it's pretty chilly. It is pretty chilly. So right, let's go and see what we can do. There is a bit of a wave breaking further up, so maybe we'll try and catch one up here in the bay. I'm just going out. There's a bit of a set coming actually. Actually, it looks quite decent. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. It's not really peeling. I think at the higher tide it can be a nicer wave here. But we'll give it a go. We'll give it one sort of shot. See how we get on. Oh, we're gonna hit this. Only thing, so like hazards to be careful of, obviously. Oh geez, we're to get over this set first. Oof. Oh, there's a bit of wind. So obviously the rocks there is at the end. Shouldn't really come into play, but it can be easy to get dragged in to riding next to the rocks. Obviously the other side of the point, you want to start next to the rocks, but this side we're going into them. Oh, there's a bit of wind. We're getting a bit of plane in action. I'll take it back. Windier than I thought. It's about 2 p.m, you know, local time, and usually the wind picks up around now on a typical day. 2 to 3 o'clock, you'd be hoping to be, you know, full power sailing. But you don't always come up here on the best forecasts. A lot of the time you come up to Paternoster when Cape Town's not kind of working, because it is an hour and a half. You know, if you're going to do that in a day and go back and you're not going to stay here, it does add up after a couple of days of doing it. But yeah, I think we've got a bit of waiting around. We'll try and pick off one wave up here in the bay. It looks a bit of a closeout, to be honest, but we'll go and try and tag one. See how that current's working. And then we'll go down. Maybe we'll catch one of these. We're not going to be too picky, obviously. Really just managed to save it then. And that's the thing, you know, we do a lot on the clinic about, you know, getting your weight forward, getting that board moving, especially on the swell lines. If you haven't got your, you know, weight on the front of the board, you're not going to catch the swells. So it is a fine balance between getting push, drive, and getting back enough to get your balance. So we've got a tiny little wave here, but we're going to try and make something happen. No, we're not. No, we're not. No. I think we wait for a set. I mean, we want to get a bit of a hit, don't we? There is a little set. What was that? Kite surfer. You can see there is a little set here. We are clutching at straws. Okay, so, oh, look at that. Terrible. I was trying to give the kite surfer the set, but that set is actually looking good. Okay. Maybe we should have waited. Shame. Actually, it's not a bad wave up here. And it's funny because there's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 10 guys down at the point. Wah! And just me here. What does that mean? Probably means it's better down there. It's a much more open wave. Although when I looked at it this morning, it was quite fat. Hard to get any critical sections. Shall we wait for a... Can't believe I didn't wait for that set. I thought it was like a 2-wave set. The kiter was kind of on the one behind, so I thought, I'll let him have that, I'll take the small one. But actually there was quite a few there. We would have had a semi-decent start to this video, but instead we got that bit of a dud, and it was yeah, not exactly epic action, was it? Let's be honest. Are we going to get planed in at least? Would be nice. There we go. There's a bit of breeze. I think that set might have been one of those freaky ones that we had the opportunity. I mean, there is a little wave here. We made the mistake once. Will we do it again? Probably. Yeah, it doesn't look great. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't think I'm like giving the best advertisement for the upper bay right now. Oh, we've got to be patient. Wave sailing, all about patience. Patience is rewarded most of the time in wave sailing. Positioning as well, being a bit sneaky can also help, but patience, one of the great attributes of a wave sailor. If you haven't got patience, you're going to get pretty frustrated at some locations around the world, because the sets are not always consistent, so you've got to keep your wits about you, keep yourself in a good position, and yeah, patience. My problem is, I was going to try and make this a short video, but it's not really getting the action. I mean, we did see the wave though, so we do know there is the odd one coming through. If you've ever sailed in Paternoster, you will know it's very setty. Like, I don't even know if setty is a word, but it is very setty. If it wasn't, it is now. See, there's a little wave here. It's like, do you just go on the little one, or do you wait? What was I saying about patience? I didn't say I had it, I said it makes a good wave sailor, but I definitely didn't say I'd got it. I've got a video to make. Don't hang around up here too long. Right, so we're going to sit on the top of this, we have a look down, we're going to try and get some sort of aerial. It's a two-part wave, it's not looking good, but let's cheat. Let's see. Oh. Okay, well, we tried. Onwards and upwards. We go to the point. Anyway, that is the upper bay in Paternoster. Yep, don't all book your flights just yet. But trust me, it can be good. Next up, we're going to go see if we can pick one of those sets off on the point, because that's the other thing. If we get a set in the bay that's good, that set on the point in theory should be better. It usually peels, depending on the tide, will depend on how much shape there is to the wave, because it has been a bit fat recently. I won't lie. It's not been the most exciting wave in the world, but very relaxing. Very kind of long and smooth. And yeah, it's a lot of people's dream wave, to be honest. Me personally, I like it just a bit more shape. Not saying I want it barreling or anything, but you know, just it to hold up a little bit longer. We've got a bit of a set here, boys and girls. We've got a lot of people waiting down there, but we are way upwind. If we can jive on one of these lumps, we might be able to sneak in from the top. We have got a good way downwind though. Might be tricky this. Yeah, this next one, we might be in. We're gonna have to straighten up and run it off the wind. First we need to get on it. So here we go. We are way upwind of the peak. We could end up on the rock here. You see everyone waiting downwind. We're going to be skirting with the rock. We might even be able to hit it. Maybe we will. Shall we try it on camera? This could go wrong. Oh shit. We are literally on the rock here. Oh, we've peaked too early. It's actually shit. It's not a very good one. The one behind's much better, but someone's already on it. So we'll ride this down. It's a very slopey little number, this. It's not worth it. In a normal way, now we're pulling out. It's terrible. And even the one behind, yeah. It's not shaping up as it should. Usually at this point, you know, this is like reeling down the point. Shall we ride it? It's not really doing it. There's almost too much. I don't know how much you can see on this Insta360, but that's the usual setup. When it's bigger, you can kind of hit the peak right opposite the rock. You can come up and under it, and then you get a nice ride down where we are now. It's kind of walling through. It depends on the sandbanks. It changes a bit. How much sand is on the point some years, and swell angle, and lots of things. It's not a perfect science, Paternoster. I'm not sure I know anyone that knows exactly when it's working perfectly, but you just got to come and find out. But we're going to have to do a bit of, there's a few people out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, 10 including me. A couple of kiters thrown in the mix. Love to. Not going to be easy to find a good wave though. Playing out that top end. Little set coming. You can see it really builds up in front of this point. Yeah, I don't think it's really big enough for the point at the moment. Looks like we got a freestyler. So we'll nick in here, because he ain't riding, he's just using it to get power. So let's have a look. This looks better. Through the kelp. So this is how you'd set up, you know, you're setting up, you're looking down the wave, you're waiting for it to wall up. You know, you want to go a bit early, get some speed. We aim to do the turn in this section. Drive in. Oh, it's so soft. I mean, it is very soft indeed. We'll go for an aerial, shall we? Oh God, couldn't even get the projection. And we'll turn out before the beach. It was a very soft hit. Not much pressure. That was kind of like a normal, woo. We don't really want to go in here. Mr. Mike doesn't like the water. Oh shit. Damn. Oh, you twat. Should we just dive on this one? See what we can do. It's like a half point, half beach break. Oh. Woo. So there you go. That is a bad day at Paternoster. Maybe I'll come back and do a better one when we have some better conditions. Hi guys. Hi guys. Hey,
Making a picnic.
Bit of picnic action in the van.